Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This is a part 2 of software installation series. In this part, I will guide you on how to install remaining essential programming software on your computer or laptop. The software that we will be installing in this video are Android Studio Development, MySQL. Just like part 1, this video has been screen recorded for a clear and step-by-step experience. So, let's begin the installation process and get your system ready for development. Welcome to this part of a video where I will guide you on how to install Android Studio Development and MySQL on your computer. In the previous part, I taught you on how to install Visual Studio Code and Python. In this part, I will be teaching you on how to install Android Studio Development and MySQL. So, to install Android Studio Development, first you will open up your browser and you will search for download Android Studio and you will click on the official Android Studio website, and once the website gets loaded, here you will click on download Android Studio, and after accepting the terms and conditions, because this is an important part, you will start downloading the Android Studio, and I will save it on desktop. Once the Android Studio gets downloaded, we will install it on our desktop. I will teach you on how to install Android Studio Development on your desktop. After the successful downloading of Android Studio, now we will download MySQL as well. We will download MySQL before, and later on I will show you the installation procedure of MySQL. So, to install MySQL, we will search for MySQL download and we will click on this official web page. The link of the software which I am downloading in this video will be provided you down in the video's description. So, to download MySQL, there are two options. MySQL, this part of the installer which is 2.1 MB, and this part of the installation which is 588 MB. This is a full package, and the top one is installer. If you will run this installer, it will ask you for internet to install the entire package, and this is already a full package, so we will download this one. And it is asking you to sign into your Oracle account. If you don't have an Oracle account, you can click on this option which is no thanks, just start my download. And after clicking on this option, again I will save this Windows installer package on my desktop and I will let it download, which will take a very less time. After successfully downloading Android Studio and MySQL installer on our computer, now we will install Android Studio first, then we will begin with MySQL installer. So to install to install Android Studio installer, we will double click on the downloaded software and we will wait for some time. Once the Android Studio installer loaded, we will allow on yes, and after allowing, we will click on next, and by default we will let this option be selected, and after clicking on next, it is your choice whether to change the directory of the installation file. In my case, I'll keep it as it is, and after clicking next, here I don't want to I want to create a shortcut, so I'll click on install, and once it gets installed, I will show you the further procedure on how to install the required extension file for Android Studio so that we can do application development on the Android Studio. After the installation gets completed, we will click on next and we will start our application, and after giving it some time, this here it is asking us to help improve Android Studio by sending the user statistics data, to which we will allow on yes, because if we will send our static data to Android Studio, it will day by day get improved with the upcoming updates of the application. And it is welcoming you to the first screen of the application. Here we will click on next. And here it is asking to choose a type of setup you want for Android Studio. It is asking two options, standard or custom. We will keep it standard and we will click on next. and it is asking us to install the some of the settings which is required to run the application which we developed on Android Studio to our internal SDK smartphone which is present inside Android Studio, or the external device, which in our case, when I will be teaching you application development, I will be connecting my external smartphone to run the application on the smartphone. So we will download all of these extensions, and after clicking on next and after accepting the terms and conditions, we will let we will give some time to download these extensions. After the Android Studio successfully downloads all of the components slash extension to make the software usable, we will click on finish, and this is the first user interface of our Android Studio application which has been successfully installed. After successfully installing Android Studio in our computer, we will move ahead to install MySQL installer in our computer. So to install MySQL installer, we will double click on this application, and after giving some time, it will prepare to install, and please wait while Windows configure MySQL. This normally takes a time which is fine. So let us give it some time. After giving it some time, we will click on yes and gathering required information. Time remaining 6 seconds. It will take around 6 seconds, and after 6 seconds, we will again click on yes, and after clicking on next, we will see the installation file. Yeah, so now it has been loaded. So here you're seeing a setup type, choosing a setup type. Here you can use a server only, client only, custom or full. In my case, I will be using a full setup type. After selecting on full setup type, I will click on next, and MySQL Server 8.0.44 workbench cell router documentation sample and example. This is asking me to install all of these packages inside my computer, to which I will click on the execute button and it will start installing, which might take around 2 minutes, not more than that. So after waiting for 2 minutes, we will move ahead. After the successful installation of our MySQL Server workbench shell router documentation, we will move ahead to configure our MySQL. So after moving ahead, it is asking us to product configuration. It is asking us to configure these three parts of the installation, and we will click on next, and we will keep this setting as it is. And here it is asking us to use a strong encryption password. Why it is asking us to use a strong encryption password? Because whenever you launch MySQL on your computer, it at starting asks you to enter a password, which is a security method of this application. So we will click on next, and here I will write the password according to my requirement, but it is up to you to whether use a password which you like, or you can use a normal password as well. And after clicking on next, again I'll keep the setting as it is and clicking on next. Yes, grant full access to the user running the Windows service if applicable, and the administrator group only. I will keep this setting as it is, and I will click on next and apply configuration. I will execute and apply all of these configuration on my computer. After successfully applying all of these configuration, I will click on finish, and here I'll click on next, and to test my connection whether the password which I have set before is accurate or not, I will type my password and I'll click on OK. This option is not working. We will click on finish and we will click on next. Here we have to check the password. That option was for other feature, but here we have to check the password. And after entering a password, we will check connection succeeded. If in your case such connection failed is coming, that means you have entered a wrong password, or by accident the caps lock option was enabled on your computer, due to which the password is not being able to recognize by MySQL. In my case, connection succeeded, which means that the password is correct, and I will click on next and apply configuration. I will click on execute, and this will take some time, and after clicking on finish, again I click on next and I will finish the product. And here we have successfully installed MySQL on our computer. After successfully installing MySQL in our computer, we will set the MySQL directory into our system path so that whenever we want to access our MySQL through command prompt in Windows without opening the official MySQL command line Unicode application, by setting the system directory to our system variable and system path, we can do that very easily. So to add system path in our MySQL, first we will have to access to our C drive, and also we will open Notepad in our computer. After clicking on Notepad, here we will go to program files and we will click on MySQL, and here you are seeing bunch of files, 4 files. So what we have to do is basically we have to access every file and we have to go to bin folder of every file, and here we will have to copy the system directory of every folder and we will have to paste it on Notepad. So here I will quickly do that. And the last folder is optional, but in your case you can also add this folder, but this is optional. So in my case I will not add this folder. And after closing C drive, here we will search for system variable and we will click on here and we will put an environmental variable. In Windows 11 this is known as environmental variable, in Windows 10 it is known as system variable. So if you will search system variable on the search bar, you will find this option normally. So after clicking on user variable for my user account, which is saying Sagar, I will click on path and here I will click on new. See, look, already MySQL shell 8.0 has been added by default. So we will only have to add these two options. If in your case this path is not been added by default, you will have to add this manually, but in our case since it has been added, so we will click on this, we will click on copy and here we will click on new and we will paste. After clicking on OK, again we will open this option and we will click on this URL or system directory URL and we will click on new and we will paste this as well. So we have set the system directory to our variable path for user, but we have to set the same for system variables as well. So here we will click on system variable environmental path and we will copy these system directory one by one, and here we will click on new, we will paste and we will follow these steps 2 times. After following these steps 2 times, we have successfully created a system path in our computer, and now after restarting our system we can access MySQL through command prompt. After successfully installing MySQL in our computer and setting the system variable, also known as system path, of MySQL folders in our computer, now we will open the official MySQL application, we will enter our password and we will see whether MySQL is functioning properly or not, and also I will show you how to access MySQL through command prompt as well. So first we will access MySQL through command prompt and here I will write MySQL. /u and I will enter my user. U stands for user and here I will click on P. P stands for password and it is asking me to enter my password, which means my SQL installer is running properly. Here, after entering my password, congratulations guys, you have installed MySQL successfully into your computer. So this means that MySQL is running through command prompt successfully. We will close command prompt and here in my taskbar I have already pinned the official application. If you will click on official application, again it is asking us to enter the password. After entering password, MySQL is running properly. So here you can create your database. I will create database test and our database has been created successfully. Use test. Database is functioning properly and we are able to create database successfully and we have successfully installed MySQL in our computer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope part 2 helped you install the remaining software on your computer. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tech content and programming related content. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram page. The link is available in the description. Also guys, I want to make an announcement that from now onwards, upcoming content on my channel will be shooted in Hindi language as per the request of my precious audience. And this is the last video which I have shooted and which I have recorded in English, and from now onwards only the promotional video will be shooted in English. Rest of the video I will shoot in Hindi. कहने का मेरा ये मतलब है कि अब से जितनी भी वीडियोस आएगी वो सब मैं हिंदी में ही शूट किया करूँगा। धन्यवाद। तब तक ये नमस्कार, आप लोग अपना ध्यान रखिएगा। हम लोग मिलेंगे अगले वीडियो में। जय हिंद।